All right, once again, hey, thank you all for coming, guys. This is awesome. Another great day in FBA history. It's a day that we're all here to celebrate these three young student athletes, starting with Michaela Zerbo and her family, Emily Lyons and her family, and Seth Penner and his family. But I want to share with all of you, and I mean this, and I know I speak for all the coaches. It's a day to celebrate FBA because all of them are members of a team. Many of you have been a part of that team. Many of them, all of them are members of the school. Many of you have been their teachers from pre-K 3 all the way up through their 12th grade year. And many of you have been their coaches, not just in the sport, maybe they're going off to play college ball in, but in something else. And you've impacted their lives greatly, so it's a great day to celebrate FBA. I just wanted to touch on a couple of special things before we just talk about each and every one of those athletes. And one of the things that I wanted to share with y'all as you sit there, because I hope today is a day that inspires you. And if you're not a basketball player, football player, volleyball player, baseball, whatever it is, but you're involved in the drama, or you're involved in the fine arts and the choir, or you're just a student that just wants to go pursue a degree in engineering, I hope today is a day that you would realize that you can make that happen. If it's something that God has put in your life, and you dedicate that, and you work as hard as you can, and you ask Him to give you the talents and the desire and the discipline to pursue that, you can. You can at a school that had 40 kids in it just a couple of years ago. You can accomplish great things if you stick to it and if you persevere. So one of those things that I just wanted to touch on is, and as I hopefully inspire you, is the obstacles that these people had to overcome. These young people all had to overcome obstacles. Anytime you accomplish anything worth something in life, there's obstacles that you have to overcome. I want to share with you Michaela Zerbo. Michaela has a significant hearing loss. Many of us don't know that. She never talks about it, doesn't complain about it, but she has it. She's dealt with it for most of her life, and it's something that's never stopped her from pursuing her dreams, and she's going to go to Rochester Institute of Technology and pursue volleyball. And her loss of hearing and all those different things that come with that has never stopped her. One of the obstacles that Emily's had, you said, man, what obstacles could Emily have? She's good at everything. And she is. She's a blessed young lady by the Lord. She's an awesome, one of the young ladies that really, our school's athletic program has been built on. And we appreciate her and her family. But as you all know, Emily's been a marked lady for her whole high school career. She's got a target on her back every time she steps on the floor. And there's a lot of pressure that comes with that. I think she's embraced that pressure, and I think she's gotten better every single year. Not just as a player and scoring points, but as a teammate. She's accomplished great things, and we're going to touch on a few of those, but that's just a huge obstacle that you've had to overcome, Em, and I think it's just awesome that you've done so great. And for Seth, I know that Seth walks around our halls and he's the biggest, baddest dude in the school. But I've had the privilege of going with Seth on some camps, and it's kind of funny because when I take Seth to some football camps, he's usually one of the smallest offensive linemen in the room. And if you can imagine, he said, no way, Coach, you're just saying that. No, I mean it, and you could ask him later. Okay, those guys are a good 2 or 3 inches bigger than he is, and he's heard it from the time he's a freshman in high school. Man, if you could just get to 6'4", you'll be recruited. If you could just get to 6'5", that's the mark of an offensive lineman at Division I-A level. And Seth's going to go on and play at Clemson, and he's 6'2.5" on a good day. Okay, so those are some obstacles that these young people have had to overcome. We appreciate them greatly, but it's a day that our school gets to celebrate some of the things that they've had to accomplish. I want to start with Michaela, and I have a few notes in my hand, but I'm just going to speak from my heart. Michaela is a young lady that I've watched play basketball and volleyball over the years. She's going to go and pursue volleyball and a career and an education at the Rochester Institute of Technology. But the thing that I could share as an accolade or something that I've always watched in Michaela is Michaela has played with an intensity and a grit like no other. She sacrificed so much. She gets after it in every single thing that she does. Whether she's the most talented player on the court or not, she's going to give you every single thing she has. I appreciate her effort. I appreciate her family and all that they have done for FBA. And I ask now that, Michaela, would you please sign and make it official that you're going to attend the Rochester Institute of Technology and pursue volleyball. Congratulations, Zerbo family and Michaela. Great job. We got a half day today, and we could probably pass up lunch and everything if I listed all the accolades that Emily Lyons has accomplished in volleyball, track and field, and most importantly, basketball. The neat part about Emily is she wouldn't really want to hear any of those. She's interested in what's going on today and what's going to happen in the future. Those are the past. But she's been a great teammate to all. Our family's been a backbone of FBA. Coach Lyons is one of the first people that came on board here and I got to be with, and she's done an incredible job, and I appreciate her and the Marcy Walkers who have done so much with our young ladies here at FBA. But just a few things on Emily, her accomplishments. Emily is a 3-time All-State guard in basketball. Emily is the 2-time Naples Daily News Player of the Year in basketball. Emily was a nominee for the McDonald's All-American Award. And Emily is the 2015 valedictorian for First Baptist Academy. Like I mentioned before, and I can go on and on about Emily. Emily is just such a great spirit, and I think she is a great example of what FBA is all about. Earlier in the year, or late in 2014, Emily was able, girls basketball has their signing, Division I signings in late October, I believe, and Emily was able to sign in late October. So we're just here today. Emily's not going to sign. She's already signed and sealed and delivered to the University of New Mexico to be a Lobo. But we're just here to celebrate Emily and to celebrate you all. If you're a young lady that's played volleyball, track and field, or basketball with Emily, you've got a chance to pursue excellence with a fine young lady. And if you've gotten a chance to do that, you consider yourself blessed. So congratulations, Emily and Rick and Jen. Today is National Letter of Intent Day. It's a big day for high school football players across the country. ESPN, I think, started off. I saw something on the TV at like 7:30 in the morning or something with the biggest signings all over the country. They put it on TV. It's a pretty huge deal. Kids are flip-flopping to go to this school and that school and everywhere else, and it's just a huge deal across our country. There's no doubt, there was no flip-flopping about the school that Seth wanted to go to since I met him. And that was Clemson University, where his mom and his brothers and sisters and everybody went to school at their house, except for Dad. He went to Indiana, but that's a good school too. But he was going to Clemson. And, you got to dream big. And I think that in Seth's case, he dreamed big. And we talked about it, and I remember telling him on a few occasions, I think you could be the first Division I football player in our school's history. If you put your mind to it, I think you can do that. And I mentioned those obstacles that he had to overcome, and he has. And this past summer, I had the privilege of taking him up to Clemson, and he got to perform at a camp there and solidified his opportunity to be a preferred walk-on at Clemson University, which is incredible. He's going to be a part of their signing class. He's going to be a part of Clemson football. And most importantly, he's going to be a part of FBA history, where when you have a dream, whether it be to pursue athletics, even though you have a hearing loss, or you want to be a Division I girl basketball player, or whatever it is, FBA is a place where dreams come true. And Seth is a great example for the young men sitting in the stands, that if you put your mind to it and you work really hard and you have an opportunity, that's what I told him when that day came. Today you need to be extraordinary. Today's your day. And he made it happen. And God blessed him. I do believe that. God really blessed him that day. But Seth, we're proud of you. We're proud and just so thrilled for your mom, who has purple fingernails all the time and bleeds Clemson. But I think deep down in their heart, they bleed FBA maroon. And they've been a cornerstone, a foundation for First Baptist Academy in the most quiet and humble way they could. The Penner family are unbelievable. Seth, would you make it official and sign with Clemson?